All the 2 viewers out there. Oh, but I did have a
ain't
question. Let's just get this shit cracking.
I ain't sending no invites today, man. Whoever come in this bitch, they in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, though. What is one thing, right, you have a problem with accepting or, like, kind of like coping with? Like, you just accept, like, it is what it is. Like, one thing in your life, one thing you think about, like, it could be about yourself, it could be about the world, it could be about whatever.
Gotta come back, but death for sure. Right? I mean, just something that you say. You say it again. I'm sorry.
I say, what's one thing you have a problem with accepting and like coping with? Proceeding to.
Yeah, death. I think you have a problem. I think everybody has a problem when whoever it is that passes away.
Yeah.
So that, and then also I would also I ain't gonna lie to you. Like authority for me, right? I don't have necessarily a problem with authority if the right person is in charge. But some people can sometimes arbitrarily give themselves some type of authority, and who the fuck is you talking to? You know what I mean?
Okay.
So authority and death, those are things that.
Oh, you have a problem? Okay.
Yeah, because with authority, it's like I'm my own person, right? I'm my own sovereign person. I move how I want to move. You're not gonna tell me. I don't give a fuck who you are, like at all. I could listen to you or whatever, but and I'm respectful. Show you some respect. You show me some respect, but you really can't really guide me because I'm just gonna do what I want to do. This is what it is. So again, death and just authority. If it's the wrong person, so to speak.
What you say, Space?
For me, it was 2 things. One just popped in my head, actually. But one is people just naturally gravitate toward negativity. And I don't – it's one of those things where it's like, why do people – why is it that way? Is it that we're just negative people as humans? Is that's just more entertaining? Is it that we don't care about the things that are more positive for us that will bring more value to our lives? Do we just care about the drama is more exciting? But that's one thing is like, man, somebody, if Beyonce, heavens forbid, Beyonce and Jay-Z break up right now, that's going to go crazy viral. Whereas information about how to get yourself better financially will get little to no attention, especially in comparison. Just that negativity, it's like constantly reminded in the fact that actually I was watching Lucky Marie's live stream yesterday, and she had 2 things that she was going to talk about, but one thing she ended up talking about the tonight's conversation and the interview with Tasha K and Keita Rose. She ended up talking about that instead of but her original intention was to talk about the Black History event that Trump threw. But more people wanted to talk about the drama between tonight's conversation than the Black History event. So she did that. I told her that she owed us another live stream, but
can I add to what you just said?
Yeah.
Because it was something I was watching on YouTube, and a gentleman, he was speaking, he was saying you could tell by people's micro expressions, just that those milliseconds. And when you give a person, a lot of times you give a person some good news, you can tell that they're not really happy for you just off their micro expressions. However, you give them bad news, you can tell that they're kind of happy that you got bad news. You know what I mean? Like, so if you tell a person, well, I didn't get that job, just for a split second, you know what I mean? You can tell this might be a slight smirk on their face or whatever, because they realize, then they catch on to themselves that they're, presenting this look to you or whatever. So yeah, a lot. I mean, to go with what you're saying is that a lot of people gravitate to negativity because it excites them versus the positive things.
Yeah, no, I was excited you got 2 pair of motherfucking kicks for $63. God damn. Like, man, I was. Yeah, they throw my meme up in there.
Hey man, come up, man.
Yeah, the come up was real right there.
A couple dollars.
Yeah, a couple dollars.
My second thing though.
Okay, my bad.
My second thing was about myself specifically. I have, and I've talked about this before on the pod, but I'm getting better with it. But I get distracted very easily / procrastinate a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where it's like, I know this about myself and I got to do better because it's causing long-term detriment to whatever my goals are. On the other side, it's like, man, I know that this is procrastination and distraction is not anything that's new to me from as far as me knowing myself.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my two things.
Let me kind of also ask you a question. I mean, we provide dialogue here.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because I was watching something on YouTube, and all of this shit is happening this week. Both things, the one before about the negativity and what you just said about procrastination. What do you think about the idea that procrastination, not to say that you are, but just the act of procrastination is feminine? It's not really a masculine trait.
I never thought about it that way. I don't know if I would put masculine or feminine on it.
Mm.
I just think it would be if people have the unction to get up and do what's necessary to get done for themselves. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I don't know, because it's like if a man is procrastinating, you're saying that's feminine, but it's also saying if a woman doesn't procrastinate, she's being masculine. Mm-hmm. That the two don't connect to me.
Really? What about it being more so feminine necessarily being passive? It's kind of a passive trait. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So I equate the femininity to it actually being just passive, and that when as a man, a lot of times you don't want to be passive in your activity, and maybe that's where I was kind of going with it. But it was presented as it being a feminine trait.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I like the word passive better, mm-hmm. because I mean, even in putting myself in a situation where I would normally procrastinate, I'm sitting and let's just say scrolling through my phone and letting time pass by when I could actually be doing something and getting something done. Yeah. So yeah, I like the word passive better, but I can see how someone would interchange passive with masculine and feminine. Yeah. So, and yeah, those are my two things that came to mind.
I was sitting there thinking about this because I was just like thinking about like what's going on in the world, and like people have so much like negative things to say about other people, and like Jerry Day, me and Jerry Day talk about this all the time because I understand it, but sometimes I need to be reminded of it. And one of mine is like, people are not like you. Like, just because you wouldn't do something, or you wouldn't do this, or you wouldn't do that don't mean they wouldn't do it. You feel me? Me and Jerry Day talk about this all the time. It's like, bro, I understand you say you wouldn't do it. Yeah, you're a solid dude, so you wouldn't probably do that. You got morals and junk, but that don't mean everybody else live on the same moral compass and stuff that you do. So I have I ain't gonna say I accept it. I know what it is, but sometimes it just be hard to be like, damn, you'll do something like that? That's fucked up. Like damn. Like, that's really like, because I wouldn't dare do nothing like that. Mm-hmm. Like, not at all. I wouldn't even think about to do nothing like that. Like, that's not even in my vocabulary. It's not in my thing. I'm not built like that. Like, nothing. I can't do that. Then another one I get go back and forth with is, why people be so angry a lot of times about a lot of things. Like, because they say about you being so angry, and it's like mental illness because, hurt people. So you so hurt by a lot of things you've been through, you want to project that pain on everybody else. And it's like, why would you want to project that on somebody else when you know how it feels?
Well, we 3 for 3 today. I got a question.
I got you something like that. So you project that on somebody else because you want them to feel the same. So why would you want somebody to feel that you just went through? You feel me? But then again, it go back to my first one, like, people not built like you. I wouldn't want everybody to feel everything I done been through. You feel me? Because I'm gonna take on that so you won't have to. Like what Jerry Day said, I did that so you won't have to go through that. Mm-hmm. But people still got to go through their own things and stuff like that. But what was your question, Jerry Day?
So you would, because this is something I saw on YouTube this week. Hey, I was on vacation, so I was just
you was out here living.
I was just watching a lot of YouTube and going to sleep to this shit, right? So you would agree that a lot of times when people are dealing with, certain situations, a lot of times their inner life or things, like I said, certain situations in their life, that they project what they got going on to like the people closest to them.
Yeah. The people closest to you always get the brute force of everything that's going on, and that's why sometimes you gotta take a step back and be like, "Baby, I apologize.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have been, like that." Me and you done talked about this too. We talk about so much shit. We done talked about this too. It's like sometimes you be like, and you came to me, we was talking. He's like, "Yeah, I had to." Like I was like, "Bro, I was bogus as hell. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have went about it like that." And I had to go to my wife and I had to, I had to apologize because I was bogus. I was wrong as hell because I was already going through something in the back of my mind, and I kind of projected on you. And all you did was ask me a simple question, like, "How was your day, bitch?" It was good. You feel what I said? Yo, you didn't say that, but I'm saying that's what people, that's how it go. It's like you be sitting up there. Yeah. You'd have had like a jacked up day, and all your wife's trying to do is trying to cope. You hungry? Hell no, bitch, I ain't hungry.
Yeah.
Other bitch cook me something to eat. But you see what I'm saying though?
So would you? Would you say
it was good? Leave me alone.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Given that everybody kind of goes through that, right?
Tara, what's going on, Tara?
What's up, Tara? Given that everyone goes through that, kind of. Projecting that negative energy to somebody that's close to you, as the victim, do you feel as if maybe a person should be able to understand where they're coming from sometime and just, But should you accept it or like? Because sometimes I'll be like,
But no, but that comes from when you have kind of did like I like this. I know it's a kind of cliche, but it's kind of like when you did the work on yourself. You know yourself.
OG, what's happening?
What's happening, OG? You did the work on yourself, and it's like you know yourself. Like, I kid you no lie, right? And I know some people in the comments gonna start laughing, right?
Be humble.
What's going on? I have this thing where I don't know why, but I always apologize to my family and everything for it, right? I know I have to pay for something. Me and you done talked about this too, plenty of time. You know you got to dish some bread out for something, right?
Yeah.
You know you do. You already know you do. But when a motherfucker come ask you to dish that bread out, you get mad for no reason. And you know without a doubt that you already had this in plan, but you get mad to the motherfucker because you got to dish this bread out. Yeah. And it ain't nobody's fault. And you in your mind, you like, nigga, you know you got to dish. What the fuck are you mad for?
You know what? Just to add to it.
You mad as hell for what? You know you do.
It's something I watched on Facebook. I'm not sure if I shared it.
This week?
It could have been this week. It could have been if it was this week. It was earlier this week.
Okay.
But and maybe you guys have seen it. But it was a skit. I'm assuming, right? So this guy's with his wife, and he's sitting down. He's doing whatever he's doing at the kitchen counter, and his wife comes in and is like, "Here's the money I said I'd pay you back." Right. Yeah. So he takes the money, and she storms off because she's mad because she was like, "I thought he was gonna let me have the money."
No, that's not how this work. Give my shit.
But yeah, you get the people like that where they think, I don't know, wife or family member where you kind of owe them something.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes with what you're saying is that you
got to, yeah, but you still get mad.
But you're getting mad is what I'm saying.
About it, and it's nothing, and I didn't apologize plenty of time, like, because one day, my wife, I was supposed to give her something for something, and I say, look, ask me for it later, and I'm not going to get mad. I told her that I'm not going to get mad about it. She's like, why would you get mad? I was like, we already talked about it. You know what's going on. You know I'll be going through some shit sometime in my head, so I'm going to shut the fuck up. Here you go. That's it. Send a Zelle and that's it. I'm not going to say anything else about it or whatnot. But that's just one of them things of like, well let's put a bow on it. It's like, you did the work on yourself, so you know yourself, and you know that you go compartmentalize with a lot of things like you were saying, about is that like, because I'm losing my train of thought, because you was talking about how damn, I lost my whole train of thought.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
She come back later. You said you were going to give me some money. Yeah, I said you was going to give me some money.
No, but no, yeah, I told you. I got it right here. Well, you know what you're going through, and you've been through all this stuff, right? Yeah. So you willing to apologize? Like if we have an argument or something, and I said something in that argument, or we was having a debate, to you to have the sense of mind to know, like, I was wrong as hell. Like, you thought about what happened, and you like, I was wrong. So when I see my dog, man, my bad. I was wrong with what I said. I was wrong about that situation or what like that. But that's what I was trying to put the bow on, of like you doing the work on yourself so you know yourself enough to go admit when you're wrong and holding yourself accountable for everything, you know, that's going on in your life.
Right. Go ahead.
Now that's the thing, right? Because when I hear do the work on yourself, right, and it's
so cliche. I don't like it. It's really cliche.
And that's the thing,
it's
right?
Really cliche.
That's the thing. Like, what does that work look like, for instance, right? So the example I use, somebody is in a relationship for X amount of time, right? Let's just say 3 years, right? They see each other a whole lot. You know, they spend a lot of time together, and the people break up, and then one or both of the people say, all right, I don't need to be in a relationship right now. I need to do some work on myself. What does that work look like? And how do you work on yourself when you're not with people?
Well, I think just to kind of answer your question, the way people don't work on themselves is before they get into the relationship, they're working on themselves. So whatever that is. So if they're reading books, they're, you know, exercising, they're eating well. What happens is you get in a relationship and you become complacent. You know what I mean? You start falling into whatever routine or, you know, just negative habits and stuff that you do. And even though you should carry on those good habits that you had before you got into a relationship, we know that a lot of times people gain weight in a relationship. What they call that, oh, that person's happy. You know what I mean? Or,
happy weight?
Yeah, happy weight, right? So there's a lot of bad things, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote bad things that you kind of pick up. And, you know, just to kind of get yourself back, you know, back together, sometimes you got to, you know, go back to the drawing board, reset, get back to, you know, your routine. Because, you know, this, you can kind of see that relationship is only going to, you know, you both going to have probably bad. You both probably got bad habits anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So no person is really helping the next person up to go, or, you know, encouraging the other person. Hey, let's go to the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, let's eat this. Let's do this. Let's eat better. Let's, you know, let's read some books. Let's spend some time, you know, away from social media and shit like that. So sometimes people really just need to reset. That's why, you know, that's what I think when I need to work on myself and get my mental and my mental, physical, and health game back together.
Yeah. But you know, I want to piggyback off what you said too. That's why when people always ask me about the relationship and about a relationship, I say it's two relationships. You have the relationship with your significant other, and you have the relationship with yourself. You should also do things for yourself while you inside a relationship. That's i.e. going to the gym. That's i.e. doing things by yourself. That's i.e. going to dinner by yourself. That's i.e. taking money and time just to get you right, and because that's part of you with the doing the work on yourself. That's why people always say, oh, you got to know it's two relationships you have when you're in a relationship with someone. That's your marriage, and that's also the single relationship you have with yourself. That's why you let I ain't gonna say you let, because that's gonna, oh, you so no. That's why your significant other go out with her friends. That's why she goes out and she gets her hair done, her nails done. She go do these things by herself because that's her relationship with herself. I.e. with you. You might go to the gun range or something like that. You might go to the cigar lounge by yourself. This is the relationship you have with yourself. This is you taking yourself out and you taking the time out to do work on yourself.
Or smoke crack.
Hey, you get skinny that way. You keep doing that. But you do those things by yourself, even when you're in a relationship even when you're in a relationship with someone else. You still have to, you know, do things for yourself and by yourself.
See, that's the thing, though. Those are the answers, right?
Yeah.
Those are the answers. The issue is they start people practice those things after they're out of the relationship.
Should practice
So
those
then
while
it
you're in
becomes. And that's what I mean. Like, we hear it all the time. It's in music. I forget what song it was. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it was women in particular that was singing like, okay, I'm out of this relationship. Now I'm going to go get my body back. Well, if he left you because he wasn't physically attracted to you, or he was doing what, you know what I'm saying, not giving you certain attention that you wanted because he wasn't physically attracted to you, and then after the relationship is over, you start doing exactly what it is that he was asking you to do while you were in a relationship.
Well, let's be frank. That's basically how relationships go. Where even if we use men, right? A lot of times you see men in the gym after a broken relationship. You know what I mean? They're releasing their frustration and anger. You know what I'm saying, over a failed relationship. You know, or maybe she done left him for a buff guy or whatever it is. But he's in the gym, and that's kind of how it goes. So even with women, a lot of times the failure the failure within the relationship is what's going to motivate you to kind of better yourself, so to speak, you know.
And while those are the answers, how do those things prepare you to be a better person for the next person that you're going to be in a relationship with? Reading a book, cool. Now, what kind of books are you reading?
Zane, of course.
You see what I'm saying? Like, how is that helping you become a better person for a relationship?
But you should be picturing the whole relationship that you just got out of in your head. Like,
there we go. Now
he told me I didn't cook as much. Damn, I did cook. Oh no, I really didn't. I just cooked on this day and this day. I didn't cook every day. He told me we wasn't having sex as much as now. But that's for you to like go and carpet, because you can do that within a relationship and go when your partner tell you something instead of them like attacking. No, we in this thing together. We should be. When I tell you something, it shouldn't be like, oh, I'm punching you like we're against each other. No, we're together. You look bad, I look bad. I look good, you look good. It's like we go on this thing together. Mm-hmm. So you shouldn't take that to the simple fact of, just because I told you something, it's not an attack on you. It's trying to get you to be better. Mm-hmm. You feel me? That's why a lot of people like wouldn't say nothing while they in a relationship, because they're like, oh, all they're going to do is think I'm just talking about them like that. No, I'm not. We behind closed doors. This is between me and you. Mm-hmm. It's not for nobody else to hear. This is between me and you.
Would you say men have tried certain things like that before? For instance, we've at least heard about it, right? Where a dude would say, hey, let's go to the gym. Or I'm thinking that we should start working out together. You calling me fat?
That's true. That's 100% true. You're not right.
Just be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we beating around the bush. Look, I mean, not really, but, since you assumed that I was saying that, and you know what you do is you continuously go to the gym. That shouldn't stop you, because a lot of times what happens with men is because they can't get their significant other in the gym, so they stay they fat ass home. Well, what you need to do is continuously doing what you're doing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Your routine.
Yes, your routine.
When your body change, you're going to see how good you starting to look. Like,
maybe I should
who
get
the fuck
into
you working out for in the gym? I need to come to this gym with you because you're working out. I see you working out and you getting really.
Look, the whole time, it ain't even going to be about her going to the gym to work out.
She trying to go keep an eye on you.
Keep an eye on you.
Nigga, you're looking good. That's all that is. That's all that
and
is.
Really, it's
you're
about
good,
it's
nigga.
a health thing. Like, shit, why wouldn't you want to, keep your, especially the older we get. That's one thing I admire about the brother on the end. My man he barely misses a day of gym. You know what I'm saying? Since I know him, like,
I gotta go do something. I gotta walk.
I'm just saying, my man's gonna go ahead and do something. He gonna hit that stat master. You know what I mean? He gonna do something. He say, man, he told me one time, man, I'm trying to get my thighs right. I was like, what?
No cap. Nigga, I mean, just not cap. No cap. You lucky he ain't in here. You trying to start some shit when he get in here.
Nasty Beauty, what's up?
What's up?
What else?
Be Humble said, if you go to the gym a lot, find a female who goes to the gym as well. That's tricky.
That's true and all, but you got to get them. Sometimes it's like you want to better your relationship, you want to better your partner. Sometimes it's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of struggle. So if you want to start eating right and you want your house to eat right, it's going to be some pushback in your household. So if you want your significant, you don't have to really find your significant other to go to the gym, but you just start, hey, come to the gym with me. And if she trusts you like she says she doing all this stuff, trust and believe she gonna come to the gym with you. Because all you gotta do is put your foot down. Hey, we going to the gym this morning. Oh, I gotta go do this. You could do that after we get through with the fucking gym. We're going to the gym. Well, this is not no, I'm asking you, no, I'm telling you, get your shit on, let's go to the gym.
Well, it doesn't even necessarily, because the gym is, a lot of times it could be intimidating to people. Yeah. So it may not be the gym per se. But okay, let's go ahead and walk these blocks.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and let's get on this bike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's do something in the living room where, they got a lot of little living room exercises just to get her acclimated, you know what I mean? To, just because sometimes people are ashamed of their body in general. Yep. Right? They think everybody's in the gym. Granted, you get the women out there with the TikTok leggings on and shit trying to show their ass.
That's what I was thinking about when Be Humble said that, find someone who goes to the gym.
But you also got a group of women that's going to wear the oversized stuff, right? Because they don't want to show nothing, and they're ashamed of their body.
Yeah.
And, and to a degree, but you got to find that fine line where you're not ashamed of your body, but you don't want to show too much either, because then it becomes like you're sexualizing yourself. Boy, I'm spitting, man.
It's bars. It's bars.
Hey, DXPH, salute. What's up, brother?
bro?
What's going on, bro?
Damn, Brody.
He said 7 people, and I made the only like crazy work. Y'all don't rock with us like they said.
I think he came in late, bro. He might
came-
have missed. Yeah, bro. He said, "Stop snitching."
What's going on, everybody? It's